Hi, I'm Mary-Louise from Rapporta. And one of the things that I get asked a lot from business leaders and also entrepreneurs is how to have more impact in meetings, and particularly with regard to body language. So today I'm going to give you 3 tips for making the most of your presence in meetings and presentations, in fact, wherever you need impact. The first thing you need to know, and maybe one of the most important, is that if you had parents, or as in my case, a sister, who used to tell you all the time about your posture, stand up straight, don't hunch your shoulders, they were actually right. Because it makes such a difference when you're working with people to have an open, upright, confident posture. Now, this does not mean standing at military attention, but what it does mean is having squared shoulders and a straight spine. And that applies whether you are in front of an audience of 10 or 100 or 1,000. And it also applies in sit-down meetings. Now, when you're sitting down, again, you need to be careful that you don't look too stiff, but whatever happens when you're speaking, those are the moments that it's important to have a more upright posture and straight, squared shoulders. Now, the next most important question that I get relates to gestures. And what I always help people with and work with them on is the fact that you can't keep doing this sort of vague gesture and have much impact. Gestures are there for illustration. They are there to help you shape and form and create an image in the minds of your listeners. And so they need to be definitive. They need to be decisive. If you're talking about 3 key aspects, that might be the sort of gesture you'll use. The more authoritative you want to be, the straighter the hands with closed fingers with straight wrists. It sounds simple, and I'm not after you being completely scripted and overtrained at all. It needs to be natural. But once you make the connection in your mind and start using more decisive gestures, you'll definitely get the point. Now, a real bugbear for people, and I mean seriously, is something that inevitably takes away impact when someone is doing a standing presentation. And what I'm talking about here is when people lean their weight on one side rather than standing strong and firm. Now, that's for 2 reasons. First of all, it actually detracts from your own inner confidence when you stand that way, because physically it is unstable. And because the body and the mind are so connected, it actually makes a difference to your inner confidence. The second thing is that if I stand this way, don't I have less presence and authority than if I deliver the same message to you from this perspective? And then, inevitably, what happens is that if you're standing with your weight on one leg, then that leg gets tired. So what do? You move your weight over to the other leg. And you might also start to wander aimlessly across your stage. So the best stance is always going to be feet hip-width apart and with weight evenly distributed on both sides. Now, here's a bonus tip, and it's one that I'd like to share with you, and it's one that many people could benefit from using. And that is that if you want to move around on stage, that's great. Just don't do it aimlessly. Be like an actor on a stage. The actor doesn't move unless there's a reason for them to move and put themselves in a different place on the stage. Either they're going to interact with someone, or they're going to pick up an object, or whatever, but they have a purpose for moving. So do you. if you are presenting in a formal manner, or even to, say, a board meeting, then you need to marshal your body language just like an actor on the stage. If you want to move, then make sure you move with purpose. A lot of people can't believe how much difference these things make. So I invite you to go away and just consciously do them. Just for the next 3 or 4 meetings or presentations over the next few weeks. And try it, but do it on purpose, and then give me some feedback. I would love that.